right. So let's kind of begin with the horse's skull. Let's use that as kind of like a measuring tool for our horse today. Um, the trick is try to have your skull up higher than you would normally feel like it should be, because guess what? I did mine down here and my horse ended up being cut off at the bottom of its legs. And we're going to use this circle as our measuring tool or our scaling tool to kind of guide us in proper measurements. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5 horse skulls. That's how tall your horse is going to be. So let's check to make sure he fits on the page, right? Or she, whoever or whatever you choose. All right, so I should be able to fit here, unlike last time. So if you accidentally measure incorrectly or your head's a little too big, feel free to adjust it a little bit. And then we'll bebop down the neck here. The neck is going to be at least 1 horse head tall and 1 horse head wide. See that? On the bottom. So let's figure out the height first. 1 horse head tall. And this is the middle, right? We're going down the middle. So I'm going to move this over just a little bit. And then I'm going to measure from this dot out using 1 horse head. Because see, it's 1 horse head wide at the base here. So we got 2 dots and a skull. Give me a thumbs up or a number 1 when you have those 3 features. Okay, we're going to connect from the top left-hand corner of our circle. We are going to make kind of like a slightly curved line, not really strong curve. It's kind of like almost like a downward slope. And then from the bottom corner, right-hand corner of our circle, right here, we're going to add another curve. All right, so measuring from here down, let's figure out how big this chest is. We have 1, I think it's 1.5, but let's check. 1 3/4 of a head, so 1 3/4. So we're going to measure down 1. And if we were to divide the space between our fingers into fourths, 1, 2, 3, it would be right here. So right here is where the bottom of your chest starts curving in. Okay, so let's kind of curve it in. And let's see how wide this oval is. Let's see how wide it is. 1, 2. 1, 2. So we're literally going to try our best to kind of make an oval here, if we can help it. This is going to be this chest slash shoulder slash scapula area where the trapezius muscle of your horse is connecting to the shoulder. Feel free to erase this extra line in the middle. It was just there to help you kind of make sure that you got the general height correctly clocked in for your top shoulder here. All right, from here to here, let's kind of figure out how far oval number 2 is. 1, It's almost 1 3/4. Let's double check it. 1, yeah, 1 3/4 of a horse skull. So let's measure out from this dot. 1 3/4 of a horse skull. And then let's kind of figure out here the bottom. Okay, it's down here. See that? And the top, how high is the top? 1.5 horse skulls high. So use your pencil to kind of figure out where the bottom of this oval lines up, and then measure 1.5 heads up. And that should be oval number 2. Now we're going to take this opening here and we're going to connect with kind of like a really soft gradual dip. This is your spine going down, wrapping around the hip bone and coming into the back hind quarter of your horse. All right, kind of do the same thing here, except for you kind of want this curve to cut halfway up, or not even halfway up, maybe 1/4 of an inch up into oval number 2. You see that? This is your girth. Okay, so let's check our measurements. Let's check in here. From this hip down to here, how many heads is it? We're going to just double check what we're doing here. It's about this should be about 1 skull. 1 skull. Okay, so I need to drop this just a little bit. There we go. Make it a little more gradual. Okay. And from under tummy or girth to top of your flank here, how many skulls is it? About 1. Okay, just double check your measurements. Tuck it up just a little bit. Okay. Because this oval cuts into part of your leg here, so just keep that in mind. All right, let's see. Right here, we are literally going to measure from here to here to figure out our leg. 1 skull wide. 1 skull wide. You ready? We're going to start our legs now. Do 2 slightly diagonal slants, one on the right, one on the left. Kind of have them slightly come in towards each other. If you were to actually continue these lines, it would turn into a triangle. Let's measure how big this triangle should be. This triangle should be at least 1 horse skull high. Bam. You're starting to see the leg come in. It's starting to come together. The very beginning, it kind of looked like a little alien avocado, banana, peanut thing, but it's come together, I promise. Perfect. Okay. From here down, how many skulls do we have? 1, 2. 1, 2. So if you were to cut your triangle a little bit here towards the bottom, here, let's make this into a triangle. If you were to cut this triangle almost in half, you would have 2 skull heads down for the length of your leg. So let's do two kind of inward curve lines for this part right here. An oval for your ankle. And kind of like a rounded, chopped off triangle. That oval should be chopping off the top of your triangle. This is your hoof. This is this part right here. You can round it out a little bit here in a minute to kind of give that kind of rounded hoof shape. We're just trying to get the general shapes in. It's a one-legged horse. Oh, okay. If you're thinking, gosh, I think the next step is to erase all these funky shapes and lines inside my leg, you're absolutely correct. That is the next step. So if you haven't done it yet, quick do it. Keep this curve though right here, coming from the girth into your hip. You're going to need that. I'm not good with horse anatomy. All right, so he kind of looks like he's on a stilt. We're going to fix it. We're going to fix it. We're literally going to start from this leg and we're going to move our way over to the other side of the horse. It's literally right here. We're going to do a triangle that is about one skull width for its base from this corner over. So literally one skull width right here. And let's see how tall this or how long or height wise this triangle should be. It should be close to one skull in length as well. So if you were to connect these two lines and converge them right down, make sure that your triangle itself, the base is one skull width wide and one skull in height. And we're literally, this time we're going to kind of add an oval here so we can get that really weird bone that sticks out from the back of the horse's leg. We're going to add the oval a little bit off on the right hand side of your triangle's point. Give me a thumbs up or a number one when you got that. I'm going to zoom in because this is getting kind of tricky. Over this head! Sorry, I couldn't resist myself. All right, so this leg going at a slant here is going to be one horse skull in length. So kind of use your oval or the point of your triangle and measure at a slight diagonal, like maybe if you were to extend this down, it would be a 45 degrees. Make a tick mark. And then a rectangle that's no bigger than that oval. It's this part right here. It looks kind of skinny. It looks like he has a gimp, and that's okay. We're actually going to use this shape to outline everything. And oval. A triangle with a rounded edge, rounded corners or edges at the bottom here. This is your hoof. And you guessed it, we're literally going to outline this with a series of really small straight lines to get the skeletal structure of our horse onto our paper. You know how you try to draw hands or toes or fingers and they end up looking like sausages? It's because instinctually we want to use curved lines. If you use a series of small, short, brief, straight lines to create said curves, your hands will look like they have a skeletal structure underneath and a bone set up underneath the hand that you're drawing. That's why we're doing things in short, really brief, straight strokes to create our curves. This is called straight line construction. It's used to create a realistic skeletal structure underneath whatever you're drawing.